Now, some of you have held office in state, local offices. Some of you have worked closely with those that have held state and local offices. Federal office is very different. And what would you consider to be the most important task of a congressman? Clyde Williams, start with you.
Well, the number one thing of a congressional person is to represent the needs and concerns of the people in the congressional district that they represent. And when you start to look at this district, again, there's so many things that need to take place in order for us to have a better community. As I said, the number one thing that comes up every time I go anywhere is housing. You look at the issue of housing, and the fact there's several programs right now that are part of the federal government where we're not bringing those resources back to our community. One is the Capital Magnet Fund program at the Justice Department, at the Treasury Department. And the other one is the Housing Trust Program at HUD. We need to do something on education, we need to do something on mental illness, we need to do something on health and human services. And so the number one objective is to do things to make certain you improve the lives of the people that you hope to represent.
All right, Ambassador Cook, and I should have said Congressperson.
Thank you, I was going to correct that. Thank you so much. I would say, the role of government is to protect and to provide opportunities. I've had the opportunity twice to be appointed at the federal level, at the highest level of government, with the White House, with HUD, Housing and Urban Development, and with the State Department. So I know the workings of it, and I think it's not just important to know the workings of it, but how do you deliver what's available to your people? And so that is what I would do in the role of a congressperson. I would make sure that I would partner with those who have already been working on the issues that are important to this community. I would also make sure that the relationships that I have would open the doors. When I was at HUD, I developed what was the first faith-based initiatives so that we could make the government more user-friendly to the communities. And we worked on housing opportunities for all communities. So I think protection, provision, and opportunity are the roles of those in Congress, and that's what I would provide for our district.
All right, Mr. Powell.
Yes, well, obviously, one of the obvious is to protect and defend this nation, keep us at peace, but also to legislate in the better interest of all of us and to bring the bacon home. And so I believe that we need to pass a paid family leave at the national level. We are the only nation in the world, I repeat, the only nation in the world that does not have a paid family leave. Fortunately, New York State just passed one a couple of weeks ago, and it joins California, Rhode Island, and New Jersey, but that's only 4 states, and we need it at the national level. We also obviously need to bring the bacon home. I have pledged to bring iPads and computers to every public school kid whose parents cannot afford one. And that, of course, is not only through government, but using the congressional seat as a bully pulpit to shake down the money tree and bring also private enterprises and foundations into the equation. I believe that we need to assist in any way that we can, act as a bridge between federal agencies and the people that we represent. And again, I repeat, bring the bacon home.
All right, Mr. Linares.
I believe that we've seen the federal government turn its back on communities like those in this district and city like New York, and this has happened across the board. And housing, I think, needs to be in the forefront because we're being displaced from our communities. And in 15 years, we've not seen a significant commitment of funding to address this issue. But I believe that education is key from the federal level to tackle it, and I think criminal justice is the other issue. We see the dismantling of all the gains that we had in the civil rights movement. I want to be a strong voice, but again, right now our neighborhood and the challenges that we have are now global villages, every single one of them. I think we need to really bring technology and put it in the context of empowering our communities.
All right, Mr. Gallagher.
The priority I would have, and I would say is essential, is constituent service. We have 700,000+ people in this district, and all of them have demands. Not just the 300,000 Democrats that would be represented, not just the 40,000, 50,000 people that are going to vote. Everybody needs help. And I would say the constituent service is the essential part of what the job is. It's actually responding to pedestrian problems that people have with Social Security checks. It's dealing with small issues at the post office. It's dealing with issues at a federal level that a congressional representative can resolve. And my commitment is to the people of this district, where I was born, where I live, where I'm raising my family, and where I believe the service that we have gotten is wanting, that we are not getting the kind of service. And money is part of the issue. Money is the issue. New York doesn't get the money it deserves. This district doesn't get the money it deserves from the federal government, and I'm committed to bringing that back.